Hey, it's Deborah Poneman coming to you today from beautiful Ojai, California. And this cute little casita. My friend Peggy O'Neill just bought a new house and she has this place in the back for guests. Actually, I'm staying in her house, but she has it for guests and for recording. So I'm the first person to record in it. Some of you met Peggy when I brought her on one time. She is a powerhouse, and you can see what she does at peggyspeaks.com. And what I do, besides teaching about creating true success through my Yes to Success seminars and Ageless Radiance through my Ageless courses, I have been a meditation teacher for over 50 years. Yes, it's true. I popped out of my mom and started teaching meditation. And I also teach breath practices. I think I've mentioned more than a few times the difference that the Art of Living Part One course, also called Sky Breath, has made in my life for more brain clarity and better digestion and a happier mind and a happier heart and more energy. But since many of you asked to teach you breath practices on my Success Saturday that don't require taking an entire course, well, the answer is for you, anything. So I'm going to teach you not one, not two, but three different breath practices. And I'll tell you how I use each of them. Okay. So the first is the simplest and the most popular around the world. You might have learned it at your yoga studio. It's called alternate nostril breathing, or in Sanskrit, it's called Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana Pranayam. Pranayam is the Sanskrit name for breath practices. Prana means breath or vital energy, and yama means control. So this type of pranayama is about to it's universally taught, like I say, in the world of yoga and meditation. And the name nadi comes from the Sanskrit meaning channel, and shodhana means clearing or cleansing or purifying. So this practice purifies the nadis, or the channels in the body. See, most people have heard that we have 7 chakras, the base chakra, the navel, the solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, top of the head, but there are actually 114 chakras in the body. And they are just all over the body, but I'll show you where some of them are. Like there's a chakra here, and there happens to be a chakra here, and there happens to be a chakra here, and there happen to be chakras here. There happen to be chakras here. And those of you who practice EFT, the emotional freedom technique, are going, right. Now you have been tapping on 7 or 8 of the 114 chakras while you do your EFT practice. And in addition to the 114 chakras, there are also 72,000 nadis, or energy channels, that connect all the various chakras, along which the vital energy, or prana, I just taught you that word, prana, moves. What's very interesting to me is if you Google Nadi Shodhana, which again is the most ancient and widely revered pranayama, it says something like it's a technique that releases stress and it centers you and increases your mental clarity, that it balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. It also says that it reduces heart disease, expands lung capacity. It even helps with acid reflux. But between you and me, I also will tell you that it clears the channels to connect you to your higher self, to the God of your understanding, source, spirit. Just saying. So you can use this Nadi Shodhana Pranayam to center yourself before a speech or a job interview, or when you're about to face a challenge, or as a preparation for meditation, or as a powerful spiritual practice in itself to connect to source, spirit, God. So let's do it. So you sit with your spine straight. You don't have to be straight as an arrow, but straight, because you want the prana to flow up your spine. So you sit with your spine straight, and you could have your left hand face up, palm up in your lap. All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cover your right nostril with your right thumb. You're going to put your pointer finger and your middle finger just lightly on the third eye between the eyebrow center. And you are going to start by breathing out through the left nostril and then in through the left nostril. Then you're going to cover the left nostril and breathe out through the right. In through the right. Switch. Out through the left. In through the left. Switch. Out through the right. In through the right. And continue doing that as I just give you a little bit more explanation. You breathe in and out for about 4 counts each. You don't have to do it like, and breathe out until you completely release all of the air from your lungs. Just breathe in gently like you're smelling a rose. So it's a little bit more intense than if you were just breathing normally, but just like you were breathing the fragrance of a rose. I'm going to continue with you. Out. 4 counts. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. And you can allow your breath to return to normal. You have just purified and balanced the nadis. How do you feel? As if I could hear you say good. Probably you're saying relaxed. So you just cleared the subtle energy channels. You enhance the smooth flow of prana or life force through your body. And you can do this for 5 minutes. You don't really have to do it more than 5 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day, again, for a very powerful way to support your brain, your body, and your bliss. So that was your first breath practice. The second one I'm going to teach you is called Ujjayi breath. Sometimes it's called ocean breath because it sounds like the ocean when you're doing it. Sometimes it's called victory breath, as it brings you victory over anxiety, over tension, over stress. It's often considered a heating pranayama because it generates warmth in the body. Great to do it in the winter. And you can do victory breath as a practice on its own, or you can even do victory breath during activity. In fact, many yoga instructors recommend that you do it during your yoga practice. You could even do it while you're doing aerobics or taking a walk or a hike. It gives you more stamina and often even a feeling of bliss that lasts beyond your yoga or aerobics class, most likely due to the lungs taking in more oxygen. It also stimulates your circulation and it stimulates your metabolism. There's even research that was published by the National Center on Health, Physical Activity, and Disability that says that Ujjayi breath can improve your concentration, release tension throughout the body, relieve insomnia, and lower blood pressure, right? So here's how you do it. You start by inhaling and exhaling through your mouth with your mouth closed. So let's just do that together. You inhale and exhale. I'm sorry, I said through your mouth with your mouth closed. That's very funny. Through your nose, inhale and exhale with your mouth closed. Okay. So just do that. But now while you're doing it, I want you to pull the air into the back of your throat. So you have to kind of tighten the back of your throat a bit. So now, because you're tightening the back of your throat, when you breathe in and out through your nose, it can sound like Darth Vader, or it could sound like the ocean. Slightly constrict the back of your throat. Sometimes it might feel like the breath is at the top of the mouth in the back, way in the back. You sound like Darth Vader. So you can see how you can actually do this during your yoga practice. I know you might think, but during aerobics, give it a try. All right, allow your breath to return to normal. That was number two. You're probably feeling a little bit subtle right now, maybe a little spacey. And breath number three is called straw breath. And this technique has been scientifically proven to not only settle you and bring clarity to the mind, but it settles your emotion. It decreases blood pressure. It oxygenates the brain. It makes the skin glow because it also oxygenates the skin. And it's called straw breath because you stimulate this breath through as if you were breathing through a straw. As a matter of fact, quick story, my friend Ronnie's mom, she was in her 90s and she ran to catch the phone and she fell backwards and she got a big old hematoma on the back of her head. She was okay enough to call Ronnie, and Ronnie came over and grabbed her and brought her to the ER. And when they took her blood pressure was elevated to 200 over, I think, 180, something like that. It was crazy high. So they said that there was no brain bleed, but when you have blood pressure like that, it could be a precursor of a stroke. They couldn't give her any medication to bring her blood pressure down because she was on other medications that it would interact with. And the doctor said, but you have to calm down. You have to relax. You have to get your blood pressure down. Like here, she just had this traumatic event happen to her, and he's saying, you have to relax and get your blood pressure down. So Ronnie, to the rescue, knew straw breath because she was on a team that actually taught this breath to gangs in the inner city to help them relax. And so she taught it to her mom, and literally the nurse came in like a minute and a half later, I kid you not, maybe 2 minutes later, and her blood pressure had dropped 30 points. So we're not giving you medical advice here, just telling you what happened to Ronnie's mom. So here's how you do it. Very simple. You just breathe in through the nose. And when you breathe out through the mouth, you purse your lips and you blow as if you were blowing through one of those tiny straws from a coffee house, like slowly, not like you're blowing out birthday candles, until your lungs are empty. Don't strain. Then you breathe in again through your nose, out through your pursed lips as if you were blowing through one of those tiny straws. Again, in through your nose, out through the pursed lips. It's easy, isn't it? And continue to do a few more straw breaths. And if you want extra credit, you could do straw breath with your eyes closed. Take one more breath. And there you have it. So you should all feel pretty chillaxed right now. And I love straw breath because you could do it. For example, if you're ever on a Zoom meeting, maybe a board meeting or a business meeting, maybe a team meeting or a family meeting, and you're getting a little stressed and somebody's tweaking you and you want to like strangle them for what they're saying. Instead, just do some straw breaths. And when you do your straw breaths, it brings you back to center, and then you will calm down and you will maybe even see the brilliance in what they're saying. Or if you're in line at the grocery store and somebody buds in the line and you want to just do your straw breaths. because we don't want to add any more tension to the world. We want to only add love. So that's it. So pick one, do it every day, 2, 3 times a day, or you can rotate. One day do Ujjayi, one day do straw breath, one day do Nadi Shodhana, and watch your mental clarity and your health in general and peace and your life in general dramatically change. Of course, if you really want to go for the gold, I do recommend that you learn the sky breath, which stands for Sudarshan Kriya Yoga through the art of living. It's also called part one. If you want a proper intro or recommendations of some of the teachers that I love, you can email me at info@yestosuccess.com and I'll hook you up with a great teacher. I think using the breath is an excellent way to settle us down to a space of peace and serenity and release anxiety, which might be just what the doctor ordered or should order. So breathe your way to serenity and centeredness. Enjoy your practices, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Lots of love.